Hello, everybody. Welcome back again to another episode of the Extreme Mediocrity Sports Show. I'm Koby. With me, we have Mike. What's going on, man?
What is going on? Excited to get into another episode
hmm
with some picks, man, and taking a look at that Thursday night game. That was a nice one on Thursday.
Yeah, it seemed like years past Thursday nights were always just like kind of the dud of the week, and
hmm
you kind of looked at this one on paper. The Rams have been solid. The 49ers are bruised, battered,
hmm
all over the place, and man, so what a game!
Yeah, yeah. This game was pretty exciting. And the 49ers team is really a surprise team. I mean, they had a lot of players go on to other teams during the off season. They're still dealing with a lot of injuries, and they were able to beat a good Rams team.
Yeah, I mean, McCaffrey, with everybody else being hurt, is going to be the workhorse of that offense. And 30 total touches, 140 yards, and a touchdown. That's about all you can ask for a guy like that. But Mac Jones stepping in for Brock Purdy these last couple of weeks has. I know he said he was brought in as a backup. He says this is Brock Purdy's team. His words are saying that, but his playing on the field kind of says otherwise.
Yeah, he's playing like he doesn't want to give that job up. I know Purdy, he should be looking over his shoulder if he's not already. Matt Jones, he's been looking really, 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 really good. And throwing over 300 yards is crazy against a pretty good Rams defense. Their secondary is pretty solid, and they have a decent D line as well. But what really surprised me the most was Kendrick Bourne, who they just signed from free agency. 10
hmm
catches, over 142 yards. Definitely a big day for him.
Yeah, and the Rams offense, Matt Stafford, he's been around quite a while now. Got a Super Bowl a couple years ago. Came
hmm
out a little slow, but
hmm
389 yards, three touchdowns. Like, I'm not saying he should be like, finish this season in like, I don't know, MVP talks, but
hmm
and he's not going to go for 389 and three every week.
Right.
But
Yeah.
when you got a guy like Puka, you see their 10 catches, 85 yards.
hmm
It's they're a fun team to watch. I'm very surprised they lost this game.
hmm
Then next
Yeah.
week they have like a banged up Ravens. No, that's I don't think that's right. Uh, the Ravens play the Texans. But anyway, I don't know. The Rams are going to be a good team moving forward, so I think
hmm
they're still in a good spot.
Yeah, for sure. And I know Adams put up another 80 something yards
hmm
in this game. But I mean, you would think that if Stafford puts up almost 400 yards passing, those are winning numbers. But, um, that defense definitely struggled in this game. But still two good teams. 49ers are really surprised me, though, leading that division. Um, yeah, that's a team to definitely look out for.
Yeah, we talked about them since week one. They were
Mhm.
battling injuries right from the get go.
Yeah.
The whole receiver core depleted. Then that makes George Kittle your main guy. Well, now George
Mhm.
Kittle's out, and I, there's something about a Shanahan offense, and they have like this next man up mentality that they're just riding with right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Rams are at Baltimore on October 12th. So, definitely a good game. I mean, they can really catch the Baltimore team kind of lacking there. They're dealing with some injuries, and they're probably going to be a should be a run first team for the next couple of weeks as Lamar heals up. But yeah, this game was pretty good, back and forth. Rams was able to force overtime at the end with the last second 40 something yard field goal, but in the end, the 49ers pulled this one out. Um,
That was a fun Thursday night game.
yeah, for sure. And next, I mean, we can kind of go over how it's been with our picks as of late. I have some catching up to do right now.
It, I'll give us both some credit here. I mean, those are pretty good records so far.
Hmm.
And
Yeah. And I
like,
mean, mine is to credit. I mean, I'm just a homer, so
yeah,
I mean, my record will fall on the Commanders because I mean, either way,
hmm
I'm picking them if they lose, so that'll always be like a
no,
little notch on
I
mine.
like that. I respect it. If my
Hmm.
team was just slightly better, I would ride with them
Hmm.
every week. I picked them week
Hmm.
one. They almost had it, but I had I, I'm too competitive.
No, I feel you.
I need those Browns L's on on my
Yeah,
record. But no, this has been fun.
yeah.
And like I said, these records are pretty good. We're
Hmm.
just a couple of Joe Schmoes
Hmm.
talking sports, but
Right. Yep, doing pretty good so far.
yeah, I like
Um,
it.
throughout the through the first quarter of the season, looking pretty good. Um, but getting into this week 5 games, we just discussed the 49ers and the Rams, but now we have the Vikings at Cleveland, but it's in London at 9:30 in the morning. Vikings are favored by 3.5. We said that you sometimes you don't pick your team, but how you see this one going?
I can hear the chants of Dylan Gabriel
Yeah.
all the way from London.
Hmm.
I can see the fans getting excited, and then I can see Kevin Stefanski's offense just shit on everything. I like I like Minnesota in this game. Uh, Even though like Carson Wentz has been at the helm, I think he's playing. I think he's playing this week as well. He's a little
Hmm.
turnover prone, which I do like our defense in this game. I do think Dylan Gabriel upgrades our offense a little bit, but this is still his first go at it, and I've never been completely sold on Stefanski, so
Hmm.
we'll see. They are 3.5 point favorites,
Hmm.
so I don't know. I listen when I pick the Browns to lose. I hope I'm wrong, you
Right,
know.
right, right.
But like this is a competition,
Yeah,
so. But I don't
yeah.
know. I hope it's a good game.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I mean, I feel like the Browns offense will definitely look a lot better with Gabriel leading the team. But I agree, the Vikings, I believe they'll bounce back from that loss they took against the Steelers last week. So I'm also picking the Vikings to get right in this game. And next, we have the Houston Texans at Baltimore Ravens. Texans are favored by only 1.5. Both teams are struggling. We didn't really see this one, coming into the season.
Yeah, both teams struggling, and I think uh, the key here is just going to be health of the team.
Mhm.
Um, I I haven't seen enough from Cooper Rush in his little stints in Dallas when he gets in there to really make me confident that he's going to be able to move this offense up and down the field. The Texans, for whatever reason, have not been clicking this year. I thought they were going to be maybe a favorite in that division, kind
Mhm.
of off to a shaky start. This is a great place for them to bounce back. I do like the Texans in this game.
Okay. With all the injuries that the Ravens have been dealing with, and you spoke about Cooper Rush not really showing much whenever he stepped in. I do believe the Ravens will lean heavily on that rushing attack. I think Derrick Henry will get a lot of carries, and I think that defense will be able to get after. The Houston Texans, that old line for the Texans is not really good. Haven't really given a quarterback a lot of time to throw. So I think at home, the Baltimore Ravens will find a way to win. And I'm going with the Ravens in this one at home.
Yeah. This was really a coin flip. I just kind of saw it coming down to a shootout kind of type situation, and
Hmm.
just C.J. Stroud being the better quarterback. But the Ravens could very well win that game as well. So
Yeah. And next we have the New York Giants at New Orleans Saints. Saints being favored in this one by 2.5. That's a shocker. Um, how do you see this one playing?
If there was ever a game this week that I have no interest in watching,
For
it's
sure.
probably gonna be this one, and that's coming
Yeah.
from a Browns fan.
Hmm.
But the Giants got that uptick last week with Jackson Dart taking over. Seems like he sparked something into that offense,
Hmm.
but it was too much of a good thing. Malik Neighbors came down with that ACL injury, but I don't know. I still have not seen anything positive to say about this Saints team. I do think the Giants can find a way to win this game in New Orleans.
Yeah. Yeah, I think even without Malik Neighbors, I think the Giants will still be riding on a emotional roller coaster from last week's big win against the Chargers. I think Dart will do enough to win this game. Saints, like you said, haven't really shown anything on offense or defense. Um, this one could be ugly for the Saints in this one. I'm taking the Giants.
Yeah, you'd think the Saints are probably leaning close to a quarterback change soon.
Hmm.
They
Hmm.
drafted the rookie Spencer Rattler has proven he can't win a football game,
Hmm.
and so I mean they got to do something soon.
Yeah, for sure. And then next we have the Denver Broncos at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles being favored by 4.5. This should be a good game. Two good teams. The Eagles, I mean, we've been saying it all season so far. They always find a chance, a way to win each game. Even though they're facing a really good Broncos team with a great defense. I think that Eagles offense, especially at home, will do enough to win. And I do think that they probably will start to use Barkley a little bit more. Last week, he really didn't do anything against the Bucks. I think he only had maybe 40 something yards. So I expect Barkley to get a lot of carries and try to wear down that Denver defense. And I'm picking the Eagles to go 5-0.
Yeah, I like the Eagles as well. The Bronco the Broncos have a, they had a good defense. The defense seems to be struggling a little bit this year. Patrick Surtain doesn't seem to be that guy he was last year, which might give more opportunities to AJ Brown or Devontae Smith, one of those guys that you that and then yeah, like you said, you have Barkley in the mix too, and Bo Nix, he gets that offense going a little bit, but he also seems to have costly turnovers every once in a
Hmm.
while that can kind of derail all momentum. So I like the Eagles as well.
All right. And next we have the Dallas Cowboys at New York Jets. Cowboys being favored in this one on the road by 1.5. Um, this one, I've been kind of trying to speak it into existence all season. I know the Jets are 0-4, and the Cowboys are coming off a ugly tie game against Green Bay, but I think the Jets at home will get their first win against Dallas. I think they'll do enough to squeak out a win. I am pulling for the Jets to not go 0-5. I'm picking them this week.
Yeah, I saw. I think I'd mentioned it before. Justin Fields is like 0-25 when his defense gives up 21 or more points,
Oh wow.
and I don't see this Jets defense holding Dallas under 21 points. I could, you know, without CD Lamb last week, George Pickens stepped up with a huge role. Uh, Dak can still move the ball, so I actually like Dallas in this game.
Nice, nice, nice. Um, and next we have Las Vegas Raiders at Indianapolis Colts. Colts being favored by 6.5. Wow. How do you see this one
I
playing
think
out?
there's a reason they are -6.5. I think the Raiders really thought they had something with bringing in Geno Smith. Brock Bowers had a sensational rookie season where he looked like he was going to be not only like one of the best tight ends in the league, but one of the best pass catchers in the league. He's been struggling with injuries the last couple weeks. Ashton Genty finally had a decent week last week, but the the Colts and Danny Dimes are just on a heater this year, and I think the Colts actually take this one by probably more than 7.
Yeah, I totally agree. Colts had a tough loss against the Rams last week. I do think Daniel Jones will get this team back right. They'll get back to the running game, and I do think that they'll pull out this win. Definitely by more than a touchdown. I'm taking the Colts in this game. Next, we have the Miami Dolphins at the Panthers. Dolphins being favored on the road by 1.5. This one is kind of similar to how I see that Jets game. I think even though the Dolphins are favored, I mean, and they, beat a bad Jets team on Monday, I think the Panthers at home will find a way to pull this one out. Dolphins are dealing with some injuries. I think they still have some issues that they need to fix. I'm going to take the Panthers to rally and pull out a win at home this week.
Yeah, this is another one of those kind of coin flip games. Obviously, the big injury being Tyreek Hill. I think if he's healthy and he's on the field, that -1.5 jumps up to probably about, I don't know, 4.5 or 5.5, because he is the difference maker. But I do think they will find a way to get catches to Jalen Waddle. There was another guy, I think he was something Washington. He was making some plays after Tyreek Hill went out, and Devin Achane is kind of a do-it-all back. I think they'll rely heavily on him. I do think the Dolphins win this week.
Okay.
We're getting some differences finally.
Uh-huh.
I like this.
Yep. Next, we have the Bucks at Seahawks. Seahawks being favored by 3.5 in this one. How do you see this one shaping out? This is a kind of a tough one to figure out.
Yeah, you have the battle of the former Carolina Panthers quarterbacks. One of my favorite things Baker said lately is, do you and Sam Darnold talk about the good old days back in Carolina? He said, the what days? No, we don't talk. So Baker always keeps it 100. I love that about him. There's just something about this Tampa Bay offense. Like, if it's his, I don't know, just desire to win. Godwin's back. Ibuka's back. I don't think Mike Evans is playing. I know Bucky Irvin's out, but they have Rashad White filling in, who was the starter there. To me, this just comes down to firepower. Who has the most weapons? Who can win this game? And I actually like Tampa Bay this week.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that the Seahawks were favored by 3.5. I mean, they looked really bad, even though they beat the Cards last Thursday. They didn't really look good in that game. So I know the Tampa Bay is dealing with some injuries, but I do see them winning a close game in Seattle. But I'm also picking the Bucks to win this one. Next, we have the Titans, another snooze fest at Cardinals. Cardinals are being favored by 2.5 in this one. This one, I just don't even give a damn. Like,
yeah, this is another one of those games. If you're not a fan of either team, or if fantasy football makes brings people in, but there's really not a whole lot of even really fantasy football options in this game. However, I do, again, it's firepower. Kyler really doesn't look that bad. Some of his turnovers have been because of receivers running the wrong routes, drop passes, and then Marvin Harrison had that big touchdown that brought him to tears last week, and I do think he's going to dial it in. I saw him play at Ohio State. We saw him play, last year. He's capable of these big plays, and I think that's going to be too much for Tennessee.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not even going to waste any time. Um, Tennessee just, look like they're fighting to get that number one pick. Cards, I mean, it seem, like you said, the receivers are just dropping passes. Can't really put a lot of that on Kyler. Think he's been playing pretty decent, but going to just go with the Cards in this one. Probably just going to watch the highlights this
Yeah,
game.
I think Cam Warren, if you saw his comment from the game last week, he said, "To be honest with y'all, we ass," and, and he nailed it because
Yep, yep.
because man, they are
Didn't cut
not
any
good.
corners, not holding back. I mean, they're really, really, really bad. Yeah. Um, and next, I mean, we have my Commanders at Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers are a favorite at home by 2.5, but guess what? We don't care. We don't care. This is Jaden's homecoming game. He'll have a lot of family and friends in attendance. And even though we're without Terry, we're going to be without Noah Brown, we're going to be without who, a lot of players. I still feel like I think there's going to be a game similar to when we played Cincy last year on the road. No one really expected us to win that game, and we pulled it out. I think that this is going to be something similar where the defense kind of bounced back. Jada can kind of give us a little spark, and I think that we're going to, even though the Chargers are coming off of a ugly loss against the Giants, so I know they want to kind of turn the table, and get a win. But I think the Commanders are gonna do what we need to do on the road. You already know where I'm going. I'm picking the Commanders. We're getting right in this game.
Yeah, you mentioned this is a homecoming for Jaden. Going to
Hmm.
have a lot of friends, family there, people rooting him on. Do you know who's not going to have friends and family there? Anybody on that awful defense. I that I think the Chargers have one of the best wide receiver trios in the league right now with McConkey, Johnston, Keenan Allen has like dipped into the fountain of youth, and this is what we've talked about before. I think this Commanders team is built for shootouts, but I think the Chargers are just have way too many weapons for that defense to maintain 4 quarters. I do like the Chargers at home.
Yeah, I think this game will come down to our D line against their offensive line. If we are unable to put any pressure on them, it's going to be scary for us. It can get ugly quickly if we cannot apply any pressure. If we can apply pressure and get Herbert kind of running around, kind of holding and patting the ball, I think we'll have a chance. But if we're just letting him sit back there and just pick us apart,
Mm-hmm.
this game will get out of hand. But I
Yeah.
think that we kind of rested a lot of our vets and a lot of our defensive players. So I think we'll be ready for this one. We got into Los Angeles pretty early, so I think we'll be ready. But we will see. And next we have the Detroit Lions at Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals, I need to. This can't be right. Uh, but the Lions are favored by 9.5 in this one. How you see this one going?
Yeah, I actually have
I was looking like, hold on, wait a minute.
I have a Bleacher Report up right now, and they go through DraftKings, and they
Hmm.
actually have the Lions at 10.5.
Oh, okay.
And I something tells me that that's a little low. I
Hmm.
mean, not only is the Bengals defense awful, the Lions have that great offense, but the Lions defense isn't bad, especially when it comes to the pass rush with Aiden Hutchinson.
Hmm.
Jake Browning is going to be dying back there. Uh,
Yeah.
like I said, 9.5, 10.5. man, you could bump that thing up to 13 and a half. I love the Lions this week. And if this comes back to bite me, this will be a clip and all you guys can make fun of me, but I don't see it happening.
I don't think this one is going to come back to bite you. I mean, I think the Lions are going to pull out all the tricks. We're going to see highlights of trick plays and everything against the Bengals. Bengals will probably definitely lose by double digits. This is an easy one. I'm going with Detroit. Also in this one. And next we have the New England Patriots at Bills. Don't need to waste a lot of time in this one. Bills being favored by 7.5 in this one at home. Come on, this don't even
every
need to talk
week
about it.
every week you see the Buffalo Bills on the schedule. You're like, who are the NFL gods sacrificing to them this week?
Right.
Again, could this be a pick that comes back and bites us? And people
Hell
are like,
no.
"Oh, I can't believe you're talking about the Patriots." Hell no! Give me
No.
Buffalo 7.5, 8.5, 9.5. Run that thing to 10. I don't
All
care.
day, every day.
Give me Buffalo at home.
Yeah, for sure. And lastly, we have the Kansas City Chiefs at Jacksonville Jaguars. Chiefs being favored by 3.5 in this one. To me, this is still a no-brainer. Kansas City, even though they're not the team of old, they're still kind of finding their way and getting some wins. So Jaguars are still trying to find themselves, still kind of trying to find ways to win. The Chiefs are a savvy team, veteran team. Andy Reid, is hard to go against him. I'm going with the Chiefs in this one.
Yeah, you talked about how the Chiefs aren't like what they used to be, and they've been clicking a little bit. The Chiefs looked like the Chiefs last week. I did not expect them to beat up on the Ravens like they did.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know Lamar got hurt in that game, and that's one part of it. But the Chiefs' offense, even without a prominent running back, Rashee Rice is still out. They did have Xavier Worthy back last week, and he made an impact. Travis Kelce was coming back to form, so they are starting to get things going. And like you said, you got anytime you have Andy Reid on your sideline running the show, you're gonna have success. I think this is a no-brainer as well. I like the Chiefs.
Yeah, for sure. And there you have it. A lot of games where we kind of went the other way with. Should see that record either hopefully tilt closer to my direction because you kind of pulling away a little bit, but we definitely have some games where that should decide a lot.
Yeah, these are fun every week. I mean, it's just a pick, but there's just enough competitiveness to it that really makes you I kind of go back to last week's games or the weeks before and seeing how everything played out. So yeah, this has been fun. I'm looking forward to these games coming up.
Yeah, definitely. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Definitely share it as well. Leave a comment. Let us know if you agree with the picks. Who do you think is going to win? Do you think my Commanders will pull the upset? Or do you think the Browns will pull the upset? Let us know in the comments. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
See you guys.
Peace. See you.